Though former President Mahama confirms there was consultation on the election of MMDCs, he says there was no definite agreement. In an exclusive interview with Kwesi Parker-Wilson, he described President Akufo-Addo's comments as inaccurate.
As the president himself said, the consultation was insufficient. I guess that we could have managed a better consensus. But some things the president said were inaccurate. He called the former presidents for a consultation. We discussed three things. We discussed welfare matters of ex-presidents, whether the parliamentary legislation concerning the retirement of presidents was being implemented. That was the first thing. Then the second thing, we discussed the issue of creation of new regions. And all of us, there was a consensus on the creation of new regions. Then he brought up the issue of the election of MMDCs. Now there was no consensus. Even though there was consultation, there was no consensus.
In the former President John Kufuor, President Rawlings as well.
I'll tell you, President Kufuor was for political party participation in local government, in the election of DCs. President Akufo-Addo was for it. I took the stance of the Fiajo committee that we should still keep political parties out, but we can achieve election of DCs without political participation. President Rawlings did not express any solid, firm stand, but on that particular matter, there was no consensus. Even though we discussed it, there was consultation. Actually, because I had just come out of being president, I was aware of the Constitutional Review and the Constitutional Implementation Committee. And so I gave them a brief on the Fiajo Committee and everything that was discussed there. And the Fiajo Committee recommendation was that the president would nominate 5 people, and the Public Service Commission will shortlist 3 of them, and 3 of them will be presented to the electorate to elect who they want as their DC. That was the recommendation that was given, and I felt more inclined towards that. But I must concede that President Akufo-Addo and President Kufuor at the time were more for political parties participating in the nomination of the DCs.
So he the country when he said that there was consensus between yourself.
He said he came away believing that we had achieved consensus. We achieved consensus on some issues to do with welfare, on some issues to do with the creation of new regions, but on the issue of election of MMDCs, we did not achieve consensus.
For you as a president, perhaps, I mean, if you were the president, would you have withdrawn the referendum looking at the agitation by the opposition party?
I mean, definitely. The president said it. He said, I mean, there was no consensus. And normally for an issue such as the amendment of a national constitution, you want to make sure that you carry everybody along. And so if a section of the nation, and a significant section, and the point is, I think it was unfortunate that he accused the NDC of hypocrisy. That was